Yo, what up, YouTube? It is a story of my wife and I and how we fell in and out and in love and a whole big scandal by yours truly. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chat. As you can see, right here, our title for tonight is That One Time I Fell in Love. So, this is a Valentine's Day special Scribble story. Well, I will tell a heartwarming story that has some peaks, has some valleys. It is unfiltered, unedited romance. Let's start back from square one where this entire adventure began. Rewind back to the year 2003. I moved onto a new road that was called Trueville. Yes, Trueville Avenue was the road I grew up on. My house is right here. And then another house right here. And wouldn't you know it, this is the home of Whitney, my future wife. So we got Whit right here, me right here, 3 doors down. And you might say to yourself, oh my gosh, this is adorable. They were meant to be together. It was a story of the girl next door. They grew up together, fell in love, happily ever after. And to that, I would say, no, it did not happen that way. Shortly after we met, this girl moves away, and I completely forget everything about her. My future wife pieces on out, and I say sayonara, forgot you exist, see you never. And that's where our story ends. Just kidding. JK. Our story does not end there, because if it did, it would not be a story of love. It would be a story of pain and heartbreak. So, my wife and I meet technically at like 7 years old, but then she moves away. I forget she's a person. All I remember is her dog, because her dog was freaking adorable, but I forget who she is as an individual. Fast forward all the way to the year 2012. 2012, folks. I am now at a new high school. I am a new man, and I am the big man on campus. And by big man on campus, I meant I was the new kid. So at a school of 30 people, if there was someone new, you're suddenly the big man on campus. It's kind of an interesting the way it works out. My better half has corrected me. The year was 2011. And I go strutting my stuff into my class. And my very first class, I'm going to draw you a shape that represents that class. The reason this shape represents that class is because that class was geometry. And here is my shape that represents geometry. I walk in. I am a sophomore in high school at the time, and I see a blonde chick that could just not stop staring at me. And I say, this is kind of weird. She will not stop looking at me as I walk into this room. Little did I know, the girls of this school hardly ever saw any other guys than the same guys that they had grown up with. And so anytime anyone walks in that's brand new, it is all over. It is hot stuff, big man on campus. I walk into geometry. Let me draw you a diagram. And she says, the back of your head is ridiculous.
No, that's not true.
Where were you?
That was when we started dating. That was when we were in pre-calc.
Okay, guest appearance. Wait, where were we?
Okay, so these were 4 deep, and I'm pretty sure...
Wait, I know they're 4 deep, but the screen's not big enough to drive 4 deep.
I understand, but I'm like 90% sure it went like somebody was here, and then like...
They can't see where you're pointing.
Here, and then you were back there. We weren't sitting directly next to each other. We were a row over, and you were like diagonally behind me. I remember.
Well, chat, you heard it here first. I'm a liar.
It was
All right, chat. Rewind. Everything I said doesn't matter anymore because my wife's always right. We are in geometry class.
Sorry, Mitch.
We fall in love right off the bat. Just kidding, that doesn't happen. She is stricken with me, though. And I think, all right, she's kind of hot. Historically, I got a thing for brunettes, but she's kind of cute. Is kind of, what's going through my mind. I'm assuming as I am a 14-year-old kid walking into a classroom. Then I come to find out that she is in 8th grade. I am now in the exact same class as a junior higher.
What year are you?
I am a sophomore. I am a sophomore in high school in the same freaking class as an 8th grader. So we got me right here, and we got Wit right over here. And I think to myself, I mean, I knew I was an idiot, but I didn't know I was 2 grades behind me an idiot until I found out that there were junior hires in my class. But anyways, whatever, I'll let it slide. I ended up getting an A in the class because I'm insane at math, but apparently not that insane. And we start texting just like your everyday average high school, junior high romance. Chat, here is our riveting texting conversation. There's your name on the top. Guys, this is great art. So this is how it goes. Hi. And I say, who dis? She says, guess. And I say, no. There you have it, chat. Our very first conversation. True love, the sparks were flying. There could be nothing that could come between this chemistry right here. It was a match made in heaven. I go back to my video games and I leave her on red after this. Now, being the full of myself high schooler that I was, I figured, let's keep texting. Let's see where the cards lie. Let's see where this goes. So we start talking. I think she's pretty cute. She's obsessed with me in a weird, creepy kind of stalker way, but it's okay. It is what it is. Right, babe?
I'm not gonna.
We start dating, which as a junior hire, it is, I like you. You like me. We hang out during lunch in the quad. I'm going to walk with you to your locker. I'm going to sit really close to you and violate the 6-inch rule that we have on campus. That was a junior high relationship. And do you want to know? You guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, so cute. They met that young and were together all the way through. They made it through all this just from 8th grade. Whit met her future someone and stuck with him from 8th grade. And to that I say, no. That didn't happen. I, after talking to her for a couple months, went to church camp where I found another hot blonde. So you got me here and you have other hot blonde at church camp. And I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, what do I do? I like Wit because she's a hot blonde. There's this other girl that's a hot blonde. I think I like this girl more. Okay, chat, give me a break. I was an idiot. But this was going through my little 10th grade head. I think I like her because we spent a weekend at church camp. And so I go back. And this is our texting conversation later on that week. Let me draw it out for you. Wit says, how was camp? Smiley face, because she's a really nice person. I say, Jesus said we can't date. Frowny face, because I'm a nice guy and I'm trying to be, empathetic. Then she says, what? And there you have it. There is our crushing, heartbreaking, shattering, life-altering breakup. Crushed. I blamed it on the Lord and said, that's why I couldn't be with you. And not because I found another hot blonde at camp. And that is where our story ended. Our story did not end there. But we have to fast forward. Here's another time hop. It is summer of 69. Just kidding. It was the summer of my senior year. But that's also a great song. It is the summer of 2013. I think to myself, I'm going to college. I'm not ready to date anyone. I don't want to date anyone in high school. I'm going to go to college. And I'm a hot shot in high school of 30 people. I'm definitely going to be a hot shot in college as well. So, like, why would I want to go to college with a girlfriend back home? So, you know, me being me, I'm starting to crush on Whit again. And I tell her that. And she, being steadfast, has liked me ever since we ended, ever since I shattered her heart when she was a junior higher, continued to like me all the way up into her sophomore year. So, me, a hotshot senior, this time we had matured and we upgraded from texting to a phone call. So you got me right here. This is the rift in space. You got Whit over here. This is her phone. This is my phone. This is not a cup of coffee. We have upgraded to the cellular device. This is how the conversation goes. I say, Whit, I like you, but I'm not going to have a girlfriend in college. And Whit says, and I quote, Mitch, stop playing games. You're dating me. And I am shook. This is me. I go straight to the Pikachu face. I am just thrown off. I'm thrown for a loop. I think to myself, this girl's a sophomore. Ooh, I'm a hotshot senior. And so me and all my pride, I fought back and I said, oh, okay. And that's when we started dating. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful get together. We were meant for each other. It was all sunshine and roses from then on. Nothing difficult happened. Just kidding. But at that point is when our relationship began, and it did not end. So after the back and forth of her leaving me alone on Trueville and then me leaving her for Camp Girl, we reunited. And hotshot me went to college with a girlfriend. And then it comes time to pop the question. I am trying, because I am a good boyfriend, to surprise her with an engagement. I am trying to make it so that she doesn't know when the question's going to happen. Because obviously at this point, we've been together for like 4 years. We know we're going to get married. So I'm trying to at least keep something a surprise. And so I'm trying to surprise when I'm going to propose. So Whit wants me to propose this summer before she graduates, or the summer before her junior year, so that we get married before her senior year. And I'm in the back of my head, so we're right here. She says, marry me already. And since I am trying to make it a surprise, I tell her, sorry, wait, we gotta wait another year. Sorry, like I can't marry you yet. I want you to be out of college. I want you to be like able to have your college experience. But meanwhile, I know I'm gonna propose early. I know that she's not going to have her senior year of college on campus as a student, because we're getting married. I'm going to propose. It's going to be all fine and dandy. But Whit proceeds to bring this topic up weekly, if not daily. And it every time leads to tears. Every time. It's like, Why don't you want to marry me right now? Why are you not ready? Why? I want to get married already. I want to get married. And meanwhile, I am literally exploding with rage because I have to make up a fake argument just so that I can surprise my future fiance. So I kid you not, this is months of a fake argument that we have to go through because she wants me to propose early and I just want to surprise her. All I want to do is surprise her. That's all I want. And she has to ask me every freaking day why I'm not proposing already. It's a great time. It was really, really fun. Really, really great stage in our relationship. It was all fine and dandy. There were no tears ever, except for every time she would ask me why I haven't proposed yet. And then the question comes. I am able to make her think that my little brother is going to have a surprise party and we are flying back home to surprise him. But in reality, we are surprising Wit with an engagement party. Chat, do you want to know the very best way to plan a surprise party for someone? Is make that person think that they are planning a surprise party for someone else. So this entire time, Wit and I are literally picking up supplies for our engagement party, and she thinks it's all stuff for my little brother's surprise party. So I pick up catering with Wit. We're getting tables with Wit. She's going on these errands with me because she thinks that it's a surprise for my little brother, when all along she is setting up for her own engagement party. It is genius. Guys, if you ever want to surprise someone, just make them think that they're planning a surprise for someone else. It is a fail-proof plan, 5 head to the max. And she was left confused, and I was left sly as a fox. Okay, so pop the question comes. I propose on the beach because she loves the beach, even though I hate the beach. Marriage is a sacrifice at times, and in this case, I was sacrificing. I would have much rather proposed at Dodger Stadium, but the beach would have worked because that was her happy place. So it's really, really cute. You know, I proposed. This is like a little dock. There's some like candles on the ground. I get on one knee. I propose. She is inaudible because she's crying. She actually started crying all the way like roughly 2 steps onto the dock. She starts bawling her eyes out. And so this entire walk is her just crying, just bawling. And I'm trying to keep her like upright because she's about to fall over in tears. Once it hits her, what's going on? So I propose. And do you want to know the funniest part? My wife still thinks that we are on our way to my little brother's surprise party. She still doesn't realize that this now party in the evening is a surprise party for her and our engagement. She thinks it's still for my little brother. So we like walk in and she's confused why there's like balloons for like a Mr. and Mrs. and why there's like all of our friends there for my little brother's birthday party. And then it finally clicks with her that like, oh wait, this is a party for myself. We get engaged and then we have a 7-month engagement. 7.5-month engagement where I planned everything, right, Wit? JK, all she would trust me with was the music list. So I planned the music list. And I did that music perfectly. And Joester Matrix played it like a fiddle. He was a master at the DJ computer. So wedding day comes around. And let me tell you, it is beautiful. It is sunny. It is sunny and 70 in California. Our wedding is at 4. And do you want to know what comes to play around 1 o'clock in the afternoon? It starts to pour. It just rained like a couple hours before wedding time. We're trying to build tarps. Stuff is getting torn down. So we start just freaking out saying, hey, people, can you bring some tarps and some like tents to help us? And they did. People came through. But it poured rain our entire wedding day. It was like a light drizzle during the ceremony. But it was just pouring after that. I see people in my peripherals dumping water off their plates. I have one buddy who's trying to drink the rainwater, so he's holding the cup above his head. It is pouring rain. But luckily, if you want people to forget that there's a lot of rain going on, that they might be uncomfortable, all you got to do is get them bottles and bottles and bottles of alcohol. Because a couple hours in, they're too drunk to realize that it's raining anyways. They can't tell if it's raining or if they're peeing their pants or if they've thrown up or if they're crying. It's genius. If you want them to not complain about the inconvenience of the rain, you get them drunk. So people were trashed. They weren't trashed. It was still respectable, but there were some people on the dance floor that had full wine bottles in each fist. They made it home safely. It was all fine and dandy, but they did not care about the rain. And it ended up being a happily ever after, and now my wife and I are doing life together, living it up. And by living it up, I mean I am on the quick route to stay-at-home dad because she's an engineer. Chat! People always ask me for relationship advice. I say, find him in high school. They say, that's kind of creepy. And I say, it's only creepy if you are not in high school as well. But if you're already past high school, you probably shouldn't try to go find a girl at high school. But before Whit could realize that she was marrying down and that she's an engineer who's very, very hot and very, very smart, she settled for little old me. And the only thing I got going for myself is an occasional mustache that she hates and an occasional joke that she also hates. But hey, here we are, living happily ever after. That, I would say, the end. But chat, in all good love story fashion, it is not the end. It is just the start of a happy life together. As always, do not forget to subscribe down on over here. And do not forget, if you missed last week's video, click it right over here. It'll take you back to the past where you can see another Saturday Scribble story. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe.